You were in my
Appreciate
home.
it. Yes. You have a dope aesthetic. I would definitely say that. I
Thank
was like,
you.
yo, I thought this was a studio. I
I
see the pictures. I was like, okay, I see the pictures, the videos. Y'all be having to set up like a studio. I'm like, am I in the right place?
I'm happy. So it passed the vibe check when you got here.
I
You
definitely say so.
you have a very high standard. So I'm like, God bless you. God
Oh
bless you.
yeah. Oh yeah. You
Man.
know.
So superstar, superstar.
Yes.
Can you tell everybody a little bit about you when I ask this question? A lot of people are fanning out over you when it comes down to all your movie projects, but you didn't
Really.
start this way. You were on the basketball track.
Yeah, so I started off originally Sam Houston State University.
Okay.
Before that, I was at Dawson High School. So I was the all-time leader in scoring and three-point shooting at Dawson High School. Got a scholarship for Sam Houston. And while I was actually redshirted,
Mm-hmm.
which most people don't know what redshirting, that means you sit out for a year. But I sat out for a year, did development. During that time, that's when I started picking up filming. So what happened was a college friend of mine came to me. I always hung out with older people. So he was already in his concentrated film courses. You know, I'm
Yeah.
a freshman still taking the basic,
Mm-hmm.
courses that we have to take. But he came to me and was like, man, I got this project where I have to do a short film, but I can't write. Like, I hate writing. I was like, yo, this could be a great opportunity. I said, bro, I'll write it. I'll do it.
That's
I don't care. You ain't got to pay me nothing, whatever. He said, all right, all I need is 10 pages. And I said, bet. And I got too inspired. I came back with 40 some pages
wow.
the next night, gave it to him. We ended up filming it. And that ended up being my actual first official quote unquote film.
But I got a question though, because like you're doing your thing in basketball, and I've actually seen you play. We were
Yeah.
on a set, and I'm like, okay,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you got moves, you got a
Yeah.
whole scholarship, and I know. So what? I'm curious because you're killing it. You're killing it in the game with basketball.
Sure.
What made you?
Like that switch.
You just let it go, basketball altogether?
So, yes and no. This is what I say. I've accomplished more in basketball than the average kid would ever accomplish in their lifetime. You
Mm.
feel me? From a kid, I was a part of a national team that won at nationals. I'm talking about we visited the governor in third, fourth grade
That's so cool.
because we won nationals in Florida. You feel me? We had a player on my team who's got commercials with Steve Nash, ESPN and stuff, is talking to everybody. Pretty much every kid that played on that team all made it to Division I basketball. So it was just to a point to where it was like I was I was blessed to be around that and see that early on to where, all the traveling around the country, even going to college, traveling around the country, even going out of the country, we playing national teams and things and playing on ESPN, CBS, your family calling, I saw you on TV last night. Oh my goodness, we saw you
That's so
playing.
cool.
Like, it's cool, but at the end of the day, once I really started, you know, putting my teeth in the film,
Yeah.
even at the beginning stages, I didn't see any. I mean, when I did my first YouTube stuff, I was barely getting 10, 15 views, but I'm excited. I'm like, oh, people watching. This
You
could go
feel.
somewhere. Yeah, I could feel it. So it was like, I felt like I accomplished everything that I wanted to
Mm.
with basketball. So where it was like the only difference for me was you getting paid for what you were doing in college and on. Cause I'm telling you, you already treated like a NBA superstar at this Division I level. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So I experienced it all, but it was just like my heart's not in it the way that it is for this film. And I don't think people understood that coming off because whenever I was like, yo, I'm hanging up the jersey, I'll never forget my coach after our last game was like, so where you gonna go play? I said, I ain't playing no more. And he was like, you sure? And he gave me a whole stack of letters from agents and tryouts and all that. And I took those letters, I went home, I'll never forget. I didn't even open them. I just put them in the trash. I said, all right, next chapter. And I was like, yeah, it's time. And when I did that, it felt like I jumped off a ledge. I had more of a sure lane in basketball. Like I had built this up since a kid, and now I'm starting a whole nother journey where people at the time was even laughing at me because they like, bro, just stick to basketball. Why you trying to do this film stuff? Like, but everybody don't understand the journey. You feel me? And it's not up to you to try to convince them. You feel me? Because God gave me the vision. So just because y'all can't see it, you feel me? That's how I'm feeling. So it was like once I left college, I honestly was like, damn, what the hell I'm gonna do now? And I never get my first job. I'm like, okay, I gotta chase the dream, but all the dream chasers, they had to fund the dream. So I gotta find a job, my first job ever, because I'm literally full-time basketball. When you at the level that I'm playing, you don't get any off time to go get a part-time job or anything. Your part-time job is training. Your part-time job is going back to school, getting workouts in, staying in the gym, working out. But for me, that was the first summer after I officially graduated where I was like, man, I got an actual free summer. It's no basketball. Like, this is a new chapter. I ain't know what to do. I started looking for jobs. They turning me down because I got no work experience. My first job, I kid you not, I'm selling direct TV out of Sam's Club.
Not judging.
Whenever you walk through Sam's Club and everybody got the suits on, like, hey,
Yes.
excuse me, hey. Who's your provider? Hey man, I'm telling you, you may want to come over here. I got to talk to over 200, 300 people a day from 7 to 7, no, 8 to 8. It wasn't making no money, but that was my first job. And then I went to Enterprise. No, I went to UPS after that. Then I went to PPG Paints. Then I went to Enterprise. That was my first corporate job. And that's where I really started cultivating with the business mindset where it was like, okay, owning your own brand, your own business. They teaching you, this almost like going to business. And while I was at Enterprise, that's when I got the call to get on my first official film set. Because during this time, I'm still trying to figure out how to get into the film industry out here. And shout out to J.L. Malone. He the first one to really bring me in because he does the black market as well as the National Black Film Festival that runs out here. But I know him, I used to look up to him and a lot of guys from where we came up from basketball. So we had a similar journey with him transitioning to, the film aspect. And he been doing some big moves since I had even met him, So to get on set with him, doing short film, just coming and being a PA and in the
Yes.
background. And I'm like, hey man, I got a script. I wanna can you try to help me out? He the first person to literally
Gave you that.
swallow that pride, say, hey man, I got you. We're gonna get the crew together, get the cast, all that, film my first short film. It was Mona Lisa. And that's where I met some lifelongers during that time. So yeah, the journey has definitely been
I want to say I'm proud of you. Like, I'm not your mama, but I'm proud of you. Like, and I say this because, a lot of us, we have society and family pressure and
Yeah,
expectations where people want
yeah,
us to be a certain thing. As you know, I'm Nigerian, so anybody that's
yup,
watching, what that is like.
yeah.
And so I love the fact that you humbled yourself.
Oh
Because when
yeah.
I think about it, and as you're telling me your story, it's kind of like everything is here waiting for you. And it's
Hmm.
like you put aside that comfort because internally you felt something that sparked. When he asked you to
Hmm.
write those first 10 pages and you're like, wait a second, it's now
Yes,
40 pages. You
yes,
felt alive again and you were
yes.
willing to put that all aside to keep that fire. And then you
Mm.
even, I'm getting rejected or
I'm telling you, man, even in college, like I had to start teaching myself how to film
Mm,
because the film society, they didn't accept me. And it's
mm.
nothing personal, but they just saw me as probably just a basketball player
Yeah.
that wasn't gonna take this serious. And I'm over here like, I don't know anything, but I'm dedicated to learn everything. And I had to be like, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna go buy my own camera. We had got these stipend checks
Mm,
to to get our groceries and stuff for athletes when you're on scholarship.
Yeah.
I used that whole check to buy my first camera that I still have to this day.
I
And I
love
was
it.
like, all right, we're gonna start. We gotta start somewhere. It could be one day or it could be day one. Put that thing on that tripod, press play. It was like, all right, action.
Very relatable. I feel like anybody that's watching, I'm thinking about myself, it's relatable. It's
Yeah,
like, I don't know what I'm doing, but Imma keep
yeah, for sure.
with it, and
For sure.
I like so when it comes down to these projects and then
Hmm.
you having to teach yourself because different people, they're all trying to put you into a box and they're like, that's the thing. What
Yeah.
was that journey like? Or because I know we're still learning.
Uh,
Stop.
You gonna, I mean, I feel like the best people, the masters of their craft are always students of the craft.
Mhm.
So me, excuse me, I'm always be a student of the craft, always. So the way that I started, YouTube University was my best friend. I ain't gonna lie to you. YouTube University has not let me down yet. So it's like, okay, they teaching me the basics here. I'm starting to finally get into classes and courses where we have to do certain work. Um, Getting some of the stuff from class, but they're not teaching me everything that I want to know. So I'm like, okay, after class, I ain't gonna lie, I was more of a bookworm when I was in college. I made the
Same.
academic commissioner honor roll. You feel me? Whenever I was outside of class, when it came to the film stuff, oh, I'm diving deep. Other subjects,
Love.
I'll be honest, I ain't worried about this. I'm worried about
Yeah.
this film. So I would go home, apply those practices, and then learn the new things from YouTube University. Then I started surrounding myself around like-minded people. So this how I first met Aaron Spells, my boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. We are two totally different people. Honestly, all of my friend groups, we all totally different. People would not put us peas in a pot if
Yeah.
it was like outside in. But it's one of those things to where we connected from day one because I told him,
Is that's a
nah,
great thing.
facts,
We don't all have to be
facts.
the same.
He was the first one that I collaborated with certain ideas. It was him and another friend of mine called Sammy Webb. He was the DP for our first series called Relentless. So we started trying to cultivate a TV series, a YouTube TV series, but was only appealing to Sam Houston, everything that we were doing.
Mhm.
Cause right now my mind is just like, let's practice on at least doing something.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about how many people are watching. I was just worried about let's execute. So we get one episode done, all right, let's try to get 2 episodes done. Then let's try to get 4, then 6, and then okay, we got a whole little small
I
little
love
six.
so much.
Oh
The whole
yeah.
time you're talking, anybody that's listening to this, I hope they're learning from you because it's
Yeah.
kind of like everyone is waiting for all these followers, or as soon as they upload something,
Uh,
they're just like, oh my gosh, I don't have a million views or it's not really worth it. And they quit.
that's what see, with me, this how I look at it. When I got my first A Stranger in the Dark, that's the title name
Mhm.
of the first one that I did
Yeah.
when I did the 40-page script. Whenever that first premiered, it was maybe 15, 20 people that watched it on YouTube. It was on Christmas, and my grandmother was still living, rest her soul. And we had Christmas at my house, and everybody came up to what we call the game room slash media room.
Mhm.
And it's about 12, 15 plus in there. So I started calculating numbers like, yo, this is 12, 15 people that it's on Christmas Day. You could be downstairs doing your presents and the games on the phone. They locked in watching this. So I'm looking at it like 10, 15 views. That's 10, 15 random people that you probably do not know that's watching your stuff. It just grows from there. Expert in anything was once a beginner. Stay consistent. That's how I start building, but I don't really care about the views because this is the thing. Social media right now, everybody got views, just be real. You can name probably
Then-
you can name probably 100 content creators that got over 1 million followers that I probably don't even know.
Yeah.
They may have quality work.
Yeah.
All the views is so much push, push, push.
Yeah.
The end of the day, I feel like what's for you and the audience is for you, but they'll never see it if you never start, if you never just start and just start being consistent. Because a lot of people, like you said, they stop when they don't see that instant gratification. Like me, I love my journey because a lot of people see me in different movies and things like, man, why he ain't here yet? Because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
You feel
People are putting all these expectations and
yes.
like, "What are you doing? What are you doing, sir?"
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, he should be here right now. Like, are you supporting him? Are you sharing to your audience?
See and see with me, I don't like comparing journeys, but I look at journeys for inspiration.
Yeah.
And the average Academy Award winner, one that is like has a long career, their average age is well past 30.
Yes.
I remember when Cillian Murphy did an interview, the one that won Best Actor for Oppenheimer. He said it takes 30 years to become an actor.
Mm.
Acting for me in film is a lifelong journey. You feel me? It's a lifelong career. It's one of those careers where I feel like you don't time out. So whenever it's your time, it's your time. You know, Denzel, he got his big break in his late 20s, early 30s.
Mhm.
Samuel L. was in his 40s. Morgan Freeman was in his 50s. They are all greats. They just
Yes.
popped at different times. So it's
Yes.
just like, I look at it like it's a journey. Whenever it's my time, it's going to be my time. But if you keep looking at things, because one thing that I notice, most people just want to be seen. They don't want to be great. See, I'm the opposite. I focus on greatness because everybody want to
Yeah.
see greatness. But if you just want to be focused on being seen, then you just gonna get those little, oh, you might get a little most popular here. People might talk about you for this week or this month. But if you look at it down the line of the years,
Yes.
I can go back to when I first started and people, man, I seen the progress. I remember whenever you did this premiere. I remember whenever this first showed out.
Yes.
I watched Pigs the other day, bro. I had to watch it again. Like when I hear people saying they got to watch movies again,
Yeah.
that means more to me than, oh man, we got this little most popular, we got this, that, and the third, because that means we did something time. You did?
I did.
I appreciate
And
it.
I had other people watch it too.
Appreciate it. I
Um,
appreciate it.
I love the fact that when it comes down to just I'm curious. So there's been a lot of it hasn't been easy, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
along the way. But one thing I can say that I respect about you in this age of technology where
Mm-hmm.
we're in AI and everybody
Oh, don't even start
everybody
it.
yes, it's like AI, people use it and assist them to, to make things more cost effective or whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's like I noticed that the quality of all of this content, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's gone down dramatically and everyone starts to
It's,
look
be-
the same.
it's because everybody's carbon copies now.
Yes.
So when you had originality before the AI, everybody inputting their thoughts of what this should be the standard.
Yes.
So since everybody is reaching for this standard,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a million of these things right here. But you got something that's original
Yes.
that came from here. Because the way I look at it, I'm like, yo, you have a superpower whenever you can transform something that came from here to paper to boom. You
Yeah.
feel me? Just think about how you did the whole setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like with me, I look at it like, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that I don't utilize the tool because it's helpful in certain areas
Yes.
to help you stay a little bit
But it's not your
organized, but
core.
it's not your core. Like it's not the core where I'm like, oh man, I need all these ideas to come straight from this.
Yeah.
Nah, because whenever you do that, it becomes so unoriginal to where
Yeah.
people are gonna see that and they're gonna skip right past it.
I naturally do that because after a while, my brain, it becomes almost like white noise because
Yeah.
everyone's the same. And you may be like, even on Instagram, people may
Mm-hmm.
tell me some valuable information, but low key, the
Mm-hmm.
way my brain is wired, I'm
Yeah.
like, this was low effort. Low
Man.
effort. And one thing I can say about you that I like is that, yes, you're an actor. People, I mean, if they don't know, like, you know how to edit, you obviously know how to write.
Mm-hmm.
And so even when it comes down to the detail that you put in, I am
Mm-hmm.
more likely to pay attention to the work that you are doing because
Yeah.
I'm looking at the details. And it doesn't have to be overly
It
dramatically
doesn't.
done, but it's like I can tell that's what separates and differentiates you from
Mm-hmm.
other people.
Small, I appreciate you actually shedding light on that because what a lot of people don't realize when you're a creative, small details, even if they're not seen
Mhm.
right away, I've had so many people come to me about the Hooper, perpetrators in government systems. The small details we put in there that they didn't catch the first two, three, four times they watched, and they were like, "Bro, was this always there?" Yeah, that was there for a certain
Yes.
reason.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like even with the Hooper, it's not out right now, but whenever it was streaming, people rewatching it over and over because it's almost like it's not a coming of age, but it all follows in one day,
Mm.
right? And when people are watching these small details, like the opening scene, I wake up, there's a jacket that got a Kobe hoodie that's on the front. I got a picture of me from me playing Little League basketball right there. I got Jordan, I got Tupac. These are all references, like small, like
Yes.
nuggets. If you watch the movie, you see I had that same jacket on the night previous. So when people are like, man, I'm confused about the timeline, if you go back and rewatch, you like, oh, this was already there.
Mm.
Almost like with Christopher Nolan, like I'm big on watching and studying people like the Christopher Nolans, Ryan Coogler's, your F. Gary Gray's, your Spike Lee's, your Martin Scorsese's. I'm looking at them because they take so much time to bring attention to detail.
Yep.
That's what makes those films timeless. It's not, oh man, let me get the actor that everybody want in their film. Let me try to get this scene. Let me put this product placement in there. Let's try to put everybody together. Let's try to see if everybody gonna watch it. Like it's like that formula to me is going to get washed out.
Yeah.
It's not original. People don't want to see that. It's like, oh, we'll see it if we see it. If not, it's not a FOMO thing. I want to make things to where people like, hey, I gotta watch this. I ain't get a chance to watch it yet. I
Yeah.
gotta sit down and watch this.
Yes, and
Not
actually
just put
pay
it,
attention.
not just put on the TV and say, oh yeah, I checked it out. It was cool. Nah, cause then you just doing things just to do things.
Get the true, like, honor and service because you have to pay attention and look at it, and when I
Mm-hmm.
even think about even just the way that the entertainment industry is going because of
Mm-hmm.
what I just said earlier about the AI, and after a while, it starts looking the same.
Yeah.
When you think about these networks and all the data, they're realizing it's not actually benefiting them even on the monetary side long
Mm-hmm.
term. Where Warner Brothers, I don't know if you've heard about this, but Warner Brothers now, the new movies that they're producing,
Mm-hmm.
because of movies like Sinners and how it has original story, most of their money has come from these. So now they're making 12 to 14 movies now,
Yeah. And that's
original.
good that they actually working because we have so many stories out here, and that's one thing. Like people were always ask me, hey, why don't you do more projects out here?
Mhm.
Number one, they not reaching out. I'm gonna be real with you. I was the one that started reaching out to I humble myself all the time. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? But I got to a point where it's like there is a such thing as being too humble.
Yes.
You feel me? And people would take that humbleness for weakness. Cause me, I came when I first came on the scene, even when I was doing movies and leading in them, I would still come to other directors say, hey man, I want to collaborate with you.
Yeah.
We ain't gotta direct together. You can direct, I'll act in it. I can write something for you. I'll come on set, be production assistant. I
Any
can
way
be
how
an
you can
AD.
help.
Anyway. But the thing is, just like how that spotlight on, people
Yeah.
see that spotlight only shining on one person.
Yeah.
Now realizing all of these lights take to light all of us, and it means that
Yes.
there's enough room for us, but a lot of people don't think that way.
I know even in this area within Houston, I look at you as a living legend. You put in work into your craft. I have a
Mhm.
lot of respect for you. So the fact that we're even talking right now in my home,
For
when
sure.
people study you and they keep watching your projects, wait until 5 years from now, 10 years from
Nah,
now.
because I look, man, I don't look at just right now. The way I look at it right now, I look at the days of the presence is planting them seeds.
Yes.
A lot of people plant seeds, they don't see immediate growth. They trying to dig them up and trying to go to another place.
Mhm.
That's how I look at, the industry out here.
Yeah.
We have so much talent out here. You know what I'm saying? But it's too much intimidation. It's too much egos.
Yes.
It's too much of the wrong things that's not helping us grow.
Ego will
So
not get you far.
you got LA that people are saying, man, it's a hit and miss right now. But then you got other cities that are going past Houston. Houston
Yeah.
is the fourth largest city, but in my opinion, it's probably number three when you really talk about tourism in the country. We don't have a legit film or a community that people be like, man, y'all remember that film that was done in Houston? What's the last film that came out of Houston that you can think of that literally just was like, man, they did that in Houston. You can't think of any, but you can talk about Atlanta. You
Yes.
could talk about LA. You could talk about New York. Hell, you can even talk about Oklahoma. You can talk about Austin,
Mhm.
Dallas. You can't talk about Houston. Why?
Mhm.
Because everybody want to get that one film that's seen by a select people thinking that X amount of millions is the goal to try to get that many people to watch your movie. Newsflash. There's HBO, there's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Prime, there's Paramount, there's MGM, there's so many other platforms other than just Tubi.
Yeah.
Tubi is the bar, and that's the quality and the stories and the acting. That's the bar. Then everybody is just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll watch it when I get a chance. I'm trying to watch this stuff they did in Detroit. This
Yes.
ain't look hard.
Yep.
Trying to watch this new Courtney thing. They got that new Seasons of Team. I got to check in
Yes.
on this, man. But we don't have that out here. People not anticipating and waiting to see something that we've done out here because we haven't really formulated and cultivated that culture, in my opinion, to where
Yeah.
it's like everything that comes out of here, it's like a string giant for nothing but quality stuff. People don't have no egos. They don't have no pride. They only care about making the best quality film and stories,
Yes.
not just some, oh man, I got to get revenge because my baby daddy cheated on me. Or, oh man, I got to go get this lick back. Or I got to go, do it. Not every black person is from the hood, got all of this trauma, deal with cheating, deal with all of that. You feel me? We have
Yeah.
so many different forms and facets that we can talk about,
Yes.
you know?
Talking about this because when we think about our legacy and we think about, certain things that we talk about as a community that we complain
Hmm.
about, the projects that we work on, it also makes a very big difference
It
because at the end of the
does.
day, who was watching it and what are we putting out into the
You hit a big one on that one.
I'm trying to tread
Look,
lightly.
look, I kid you not. I got casted in a film that was done. Shout out to the Dust Production. I don't know if I can talk much about it, but shout out to them. It was it was done. It's an original story concept from a U of H professor
Mhm.
who actually hired a LA and Austin film crew. I ain't gonna lie, the whole set, it was wonderful. I would definitely tell you that. But one thing that I will say before I even was casted, they did have some concerns because of my previous roles. They
Mm.
only saw me in more of the hood classic roles where it only depicted me in one light. They didn't know if I could transform my range into being a little more soft because
Mm.
obviously with us men, especially the darker the skin, they
Yeah.
always thinking, oh man, you always aggressive. You like I got this
Yeah.
perception of me like people know that I'm very serious about my work, so they just think that I'm serious all the time. They're like, oh
Yeah.
man, I gotta walk on eggshells when the car around. I eat. Oh shoot. Kari about to say something like, nah, that's not the case. I'm just serious about my craft, but I still am human too, you know? But whenever they saw pigs and they saw me in in the season, they said pigs, when they saw that though, they said, oh my goodness, you can definitely transform. And they were like, you need to do more of these. And you need to get out of Houston. And I ain't gonna lie, I know that I want to do more work out the city. I just see so much potential out here that hasn't been touched and tapped since I started in 2018, 19. And it's like, I just don't want to join the wave. Okay, it didn't work here. Let me go somewhere else, get seen and do this. Cause I know the saying, hey, you leave, you can always come back.
Yeah.
You're right. But at the end of the day, there are also people that are coming in that's building something that we had started. So they are starting to water the very plants that
Yes.
we leaving
Yes.
and seeing a return from it
Mhm.
while we got to start over
Yeah.
in a whole nother city. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my only reserve with that.
Mm.
But to the point, I feel like we do need way more better stories. I really do. Because the stories are hindering. If it was hindering me, and I believe that I'm a really dedicated actor, if it's
Yeah.
hindering me, I can only imagine what it's doing these other actors.
Yes.
Because to put them in a box and you only seeing them in certain films with
Mm.
certain directors, and some of them come to me like, hey, how can I get cast in this and this? And I'm talking to casting departments, and I'm going to, these film mixers, and I'm hearing from the horse's mouth, oh, they not thinking that we can do that out here because they only see us in certain film.
Keep putting
That's
out
what we
on
keep putting
repeat,
out.
like we have a formula and it's the same
Just gonna stick
formula.
to formula because the thing is, it's not the actors don't realize it's not helping the actors, it's helping the producers. They the ones that's getting the money in the back end right now.
Yeah.
Whenever you coming up, you getting that upfront daily rate if you get a daily rate.
Mhm.
And then you like, man, I got my movie out. No matter how many times they watch it, you ain't getting nothing in the back end,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So just because you not getting nothing doesn't mean the producer not. So that may be working for them. So like, hey man, we gonna do this again. We just gonna put 2 in front and on the back of it. So we gonna do the Hood Man Who Can Make It Part 2. Boom. Now you up in there, yeah, we filming the Hood Man Part 2. We about to do this. And now you want to go for something that is more Netflix, more HBO, more quality.
Yeah.
And they like, okay, let me see your resume.
Yeah.
Hood Man Part 1, Hood Man Part 2,
Yeah.
Guy 3, Boy Number 5. But regardless of the titles that you've done or the character names, it's not nothing that really stands out.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's
Yeah.
why I'm so thankful for being able to work with people like Aaron, Lakeisha Lemons with Deadly
Yeah.
Escape, Sean Blades, you know what I'm saying? They did things so much different. Even Greg Carter put me in my first Christmas movie, a rom-com. A lot of people haven't seen me in a rom-com before.
See another side of you.
Exactly. So it's like, yo, it's so many different layers, and the resume is getting bigger and better because I stopped accepting everything. And people looked at that,
No.
oh man, he think he Hollywood now. No, I'm just not playing the same character 3, 4, 5 times in a row. I actually want to show some range. I want people to see a movie and be like, this is something different. I never seen him
Yeah.
in this. You feel me?
Yes.
I don't want to be a carbon copy of something else to where y'all use, reuse, and then whenever the formula not working, all right, let's try to find something new.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
It's boring. What is an ideal role? I know you said some things, but when I think about like your next project that you want to pursue,
hmm
what would something like that look like?
I got a list. Nah, for real though. So I study every single genre, right? I've always wanted to do timepieces. That's number one. And when I say timepieces, I'm talking like one of the biggest timepieces that I've always wanted to do was talk about the first samurai, the first black samurai, right? A lot of people don't know about that story. I think that they actually had Chadwick, RIP, on board to bring that story to life at one point in time.
Man.
But things like that, um, talking about going back to even the early 1900s to 2000s, just certain timepieces with looking through different shoes and perspectives. Because what I've realized in history, they teach one side of the story, but outside in, this is why that film Dust was created. People are thinking that we all have the same exact story.
Yeah.
No matter what shade, what color. Oh, you black, so you probably had to go through this. And that's not the case. You feel me? Even back in slavery times, that wasn't
Yeah.
like it's so many different stories to be told. So I want to be able to be blessed to tell as many stories as possible to hopefully inspire others. Because filmmaking inspired me to even be able to do these things. I pursued so many different careers, and the thing that I love about with all of this during this journey, I'm picking up different crafts, different, hobbies that's turned into funding the dream as well, which I can transform into different roles. So, I'm a DJ. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was a coach. I was an actual teacher and coach. And I teach and coach acting, you know what I'm saying? I worked at a warehouse before. I told you I sold DirecTV. So even Uber Eats, DoorDash, like so many different things that I've done and just seeing from my perspective, humanity in general. There's so many lives And stories I feel like just haven't been told. We tell the same traditional stories. It's either you up here or you down here. They don't ever talk about the people that's in the middle, because the middle people are usually always counting out the most. You feel me? Because they think that you have enough to get past a certain point. You don't. You might get to a point to where it's like for example, with me, my parents, they both came from very humble beginnings, right? And we even started off very humble, but then we moved to the suburbs whenever I was about to go to middle school, elementary, middle school, right? Whenever we moved, I'll never forget, because my father never wanted me to lose touch of our people, especially from where he from. And whenever he was doing it, what happened was he would have me playing in Fifth Ward, Third Ward, Sunnyside. That's where I first started playing. And that's how I really captivated to the person that I was. That's why I'm a dog on that court. Cause at an early age, he dropped me off and was like, I'll come back around 9:30, 10. You know how to handle yourself. Damn. I'm, so, I'm 10 years old. What you mean? But it's just to a point
He
to where
raised you
that
right.
but looking back, I realized he actually didn't really leave me. He probably spent the block just trying to make sure I was good, but he's just trying to make sure that I can hold myself on that court. Because that right there, that's where that respect really starts. That's what teaches you how to be a man. You got to be able to accomplish those fears. You may not know nobody in this area, but if you go in there and you kill somebody on that court, metaphorically speaking,
Yeah.
they gonna have respect for you no matter where you from. And that's why I've always been myself. I never cared. So when we moved to the Birds and I'm looking at these kids who got bigger houses, they parents is doctors, lawyers, they driving a Mercedes and they acting like they hood and thug. And so I'm like, boy, you don't know what you don't know what that is. I done seen that. I don't want to be that. I'm not gonna even fake like I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, he corny. He trying to be like, cause I wasn't trying to dress like everybody else. I just stood out. And then basketball started slowly taking me to that next level. But even when I went back to, Sunnyside there with all of that, even though these kids knew me from when we originally started there, whenever we moved, everybody knew that we moved. I'm coming back. He done came on up, bro. You don't you suburb now. You a suburb boy now. Da, 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 da. But I never really let that stuff get to me, because at the end of the day, I was just like, I'd rather be myself, stand out, because one thing that y'all cannot not is that when I get up on this court, you can't fuck with me. Excuse my French. You can't. Because I put more work in than you will ever see and I will ever talk about.
Like Kobe.
I make sure that I outwork anybody so that I have that much confidence no matter who we stepping on the court with. Hell, we played California and I played against Jaylen Brown when he was with the one that's with the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Played against him when he was in college. So I seen some of the teammates were a little intimidated. I'm like, I'm about to shit. Let's go. I'm ready. I've been waiting for this.
That's so cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just to a point to where it's like, yeah, with the story, the point that I'm trying to make that I hope that people can take from this, stay original, stay yourself. All the layers, the journey is just creating more layers for you. And for me, I feel like that's what makes me so much more unique as an actor, is because of the journey that I have been going through. I have been through the most humbling things, even still.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, people still look at me as, and that's a testament within itself too.
Yeah.
Cause I haven't even really just broke free from something. It's just
You're
like,
just getting
yo,
started.
I'm just scratching the surface. So I
Man.
take that with like a badge of honor, you know what I'm saying? And I really hope that people who are intimidated in the wrong ways, I'm not talking about the ones that's envy or jealous. I'm not talking about them. I'm saying intimidated thinking, I may not be able to work with him. He might be overpriced, or he might be looking down at my start. Nah, you don't ever know what somebody has to offer if you don't open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. You feel me? So like with me, when I had Steve Francis in my movie, The Hooper, I didn't know Steve Francis before that.
Yeah.
I was reaching out to all these NBA players and DMs. He was the only person to reach back out. And it was God sent, because it happened while we were in the middle of production. And I told him the scene that I wanted him in. because I added a whole new scene. And he said, you know what? Y'all can film this at my house. Never met this man before. Locked in. And I was like,
That's
never
God.
knew it would have happened had I kept my mouth closed and been like, I don't know if I'm able to get him. Trying to go through all these people. Hey, do y'all know any person that I can try to? Nah, I got tired of asking people for stuff. You feel me? Because they gonna always give you the runaround.
Thing you're saying, and I'm saying this because you have no fear of rejection. And then
Mm-mm.
instead of being focused on what everybody else is doing, you were staying focused on your craft.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's just like, forget the distractions. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. And I
Mm-hmm.
also will say that because you're so focused on your craft, and when I think about, for me, even why I even started Belonle and
Mm-hmm.
my whole everything that I'm doing now is
Mm-hmm.
because I want there to be more light into the world. And I believe that media is so powerful. And I even believe that even us meeting, this is not a mistake
Mm-hmm.
because my job is to literally help elevate
Mm-hmm.
people that are able to change eyes. They're not going
Yeah.
to read books anymore. They
Yeah.
don't read books, they watch movies though. And so
Yeah.
like when we think about the content that's being put into the world to change the next generation,
Mm-hmm.
how do we do that? It's through people like you.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying this stuff, I'm not just saying this just to blow smoke up your behind.
Nah, for
I'm
sure.
actually saying this because I wouldn't be going through what my journey is and all my ups and downs and headaches that people don't see. But like
Mm-hmm.
when I encounter people like you, it gives me hope again.
Appreciate that. I'm glad that we are able to finally do this right
Yes.
here and actually bringing things to life because people don't realize like, and that's another thing,
Hmm.
some people think that we overlook them,
Yeah.
not realizing that we really do be busy trying to
Oh,
get this thing up and running.
yes.
When you running your own business, your own company, whenever you are an entrepreneur, whenever you a full-time actor, hey, yes, I do want to collaborate with you, but I also got to live.
Yes, and at the same exact time, it's like, how can we all support each other? You never know what people are going through. I have a beautiful community that pays attention to what
Hmm.
I do, and it's like I'm Oprah to them in Nigeria.
It's it.
And there's a lot of young kids that even they will see what I post, they'll
Hmm.
see you, they'll see other people, and it's
Hmm.
like, man, I want to do what you do, Rose. I'm like, you know what? What tools and resources do we have right now? What
Yeah.
on a smartphone right now? You got to
Ex-
start somewhere. And so when
Yes.
I'm saying this, I really mean it because, what do I have control of right now? I can put out things. I don't care who's watching. It may not be as
Hmm.
fancy the way I want it to look because as
Yeah.
you're talking, I'm relating to my story.
Right.
Like, I didn't care about, I don't have a crazy amount of views right now, but I'm like, let me just keep going.
That's all it
Let me keep
take.
going.
All it take is one. I'm DJing at a spot right now, on Tuesdays, where the first Tuesday I went, it was pretty slow, like really slow. The second Tuesday picked up a little bit. One of the chefs took a video on TikTok, right? And the video went viral. That next Tuesday, they had to start turning people away. I'm DJing this music bingo night. I'm DJing and everything. And I'm like, yo, it's a lot of people. And then the owner come to me and was like,
Can you
we
come
have
back?
we have more people reserved for next week. And I said, yo, all it took was that one video. To your point, a lot of people don't realize like they'll stop. I don't know if you ever seen that picture where somebody's shoveling
Hmm.
and then they turn around when they right
The
there.
goal.
When they right there, like don't stop digging. I don't care who not watching. Cause at the end of the day, even if nobody is watching, the fact that you are actually doing it, it's already timeless. Most of the people that you inspire will not tell you.
Facts.
Maybe they just simply can't reach you. I don't
Oh,
want you to know.
no, but
Mm.
they are inspired and
Now
they're
they
paying
inspired.
attention.
Trust me. They
Um,
yeah, they definitely are.
we could keep talking. We could keep
Nah,
talking
facts.
for sure. And I'm actually glad that, we had this interview where I'm getting to know you more about your story
For
outside of
sure.
just the movie roles. I feel like the more people get to learn more about you, the way that I'm still learning about you, what's more from Dakarai.
For,
I want to hear it from your mouth.
okay.
Like, what do you want your legacy to be?
Be a thing to where they are automatically inspired. They're smiling. They're like, they're uplifted, and not in a praising type way, just more like it like calms their spirit, you know what I'm
Relatable?
saying? Relatable, because with me, I really want people to see me and understand that heights that I reach, the goals that I cross off, the accolades that I win, the movies I'm in, the people that I touch and inspire, that all started from a kid that used to get bullied and people said was not enough. That came from a kid who was resilient enough to say, I don't care who watching, I'ma still do it. You feel me? That came from a kid who thought he knew a bunch of friends, but whenever I hung the jersey up, it was a ghost town. And I'm literally having to start over and have to rearrange that list to see who really there, who not, and could have stopped then. Came from a kid who invited people to their first premieres for free. Nobody showed up. Nobody. But it was sold out, nothing but strangers. And I realized you gonna touch more strangers than you gonna touch the people that you actually are in cahoots in touch with. Now, it might be people that just can't be in certain places. I understand that. But for me, I really want people to understand that resilience. Like, if they having a hard time, or if they want to think about something to motivate them, to inspire them to push forward, they hear on that, oh yeah, I can do this. Cause like with me, I think about Samuel, I think about Denzel, I think about Ryan Coogler, I think about Michael B. I think about all the underdogs. I watched number one on the call sheet and I seen how many people had similar journeys, but it was just different. It was just, yo, this motivates me. I want to continue to motivate people, inspire. And it's just a thing to where I want people to look at me and be like, man, I can be like Dakarai. I can be myself, original, and I can make it. I don't have to be a carbon copy of something that's generated on a social media post or try to mimic this to be seen. No matter how long it take, I know it's gonna happen.
No, thank you. I think any young person or young at heart that's
Yeah,
listening to you, I
yeah.
know that I'm listening to you and I'm receiving this message. Thank you for sharing your story.
Appreciate you letting me share
Got you. I got
it.
you. You have my full support.
Say less.
Thank you.
Say less.
And y'all, I appreciate you watching. And how can people stay in contact with you?
Oh yeah, you can so I got a new little Facebook. I like, oh,
Can I do
I got a
Facebook?
new little Facebook. It's Dakarai Akil on Facebook. Instagram Dakarai Akil 3D. So it's all together. I'm trying to get on TikTok. I heard that's the
I'm
wave. Trying to get on it. So, but I got that on there. It's who is Dakarai on TikTok. I'm gonna start posting on there. And really, I just say, man, stay tapped in for the movies. Also, if you want to work with me for auditions, because I've been working tirelessly to start these next productions. And I'm not a person that just announce auditions just to try to build hype around the film. I announce auditions so that I can try to provide opportunities or see something I haven't seen before. So please do not feel discouraged. You see that audition, because for me, you're talking to somebody that waited in line 6 hours for a role that changed my life. You never know what can happen for you. You feel me? So